Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon if you're joining us from the East Coast. My name is Eduardo Silva. I will be your host here for today. We'll be getting underway here in just a moment, allowing a couple more moments for everyone to join the webinar here. So stay tuned. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Thank you once again for taking the time out of your day or afternoon to join us here for today's webinar. Today we'll be talking about how not to sabotage your marketing initiatives and tracking your sales through all of these different marketing channels. What's called revenue attributions. So ultimately what this amounts to is if you integrate revenue attribution strategies to your dutchie menu, equals more sales. It's as simple as that. So let's go over our agenda for today. Today we're going to be covering why you should implement revenue attribution, how digital marketing can increase traffic to your menu, and the highest ROI channels we've seen for dispensaries across North America. Some great secrets here that we'll be sharing with you guys today. I am very, very excited about this particular topic. It is absolutely one of my favorites because it is the truth behind digital marketing and how we actually can help different businesses not only thrive, but also make it through this difficult time, which is COVID, that everybody's experiencing. A little bit about myself. My name is Eduardo Silva. I'm the VP of Sales here at Foottraffik. Really, really excited to have the opportunity to share this information with you. And certainly look forward to the opportunity to speak with you on a one-on-one as well. So any questions you may have in the future, feel free to reach out to us here at Foottraffik. Get in touch with your account manager and or myself. Happy to, once again, help you, create some strategies and or at least share some insights, right, to help you advance your business. A little bit about Foottraffik. So we are this digital marketing firm. We focus exclusively in digital marketing for the cannabis space. We've been doing so for 5 years now, starting with Southern California 5 years ago in the medicinal side, and very quickly spreading throughout North America, sharing some of the tried and tested methodologies, if you will, of digital marketing for our industry, considering there are so many challenges, right, associated with compliance. So once again, let's get into some of the housekeeping items here, getting ourselves ready for all of this content. Once again, we are going to be covering quite a lot. I am very, very excited to be sharing this with you. But before getting started, let's take those cell phones, put them face down on your desk just so you don't get distracted, as we're going to be moving very, very fast and with a lot of content that may be of very big importance to you. So also take a moment to familiarize yourself with the Zoom interface. There is a Q&A button. Okay, so if you go to the top of the screen where you see the Zoom control panel there, click on that Q&A, submit any questions live. As we're going through the webinar, we do have panelists here on staff that will be answering those questions live for you. So once again, get familiar with the interface and then be sure to stick around. We do have some special offers for attendees that we're going to be sharing at the end of the webinar today. So stick around. So we do love dutchie, and there's a very big reason for this. One, it's a really useful platform for both the dispensaries and for customers alike. It's user-friendly, and it can be embedded on your website, or you can actually request a subdomain so that customers stay on your web page, which is very, very important. There's one more feature that we really love about this menu platform, and that's its integrations. Through dutchie integrations, dispensaries have the ability to track sales and create reports. This is unparalleled of importance when it comes to digital marketing. So why does this matter? Well, according to HubSpot research, 43% of marketing teams say that proving ROI is their toughest challenge. That means that they can't measure the success of their marketing, or they don't know how to. This is crazy when you think about it, because dispensaries are putting thousands and thousands of dollars into different marketing channels, and most don't even know what's actually working and what isn't. So that's why it's important. Now, because you have Dutchie, you're ahead of the curve with this. By adding Google Analytics to your website and enabling e-commerce tracking, you can get the best picture of how well your digital marketing is working for you, and then invest more of your budget into the channels with the largest returns. It's as simple as that. Doubling down on what works and stop the bleeding, right, on channels that do not bring the return for your dispensary. So imagine being able to see how many sales your last text message led to, or pinpointing the revenue from organic search results. When you have the right pieces in place, you don't have to play guess games with your marketing budget. You can make decisions based on measurable results, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. All you need is the right tools and a hardworking team that values transparency to implement it, and that's where Foottraffik comes into play. To maximize your Dutchie menu, you will want to make sure you enable Google Analytics integration. You can do this by visiting the settings, click on integrations, click Google Analytics, click settings again, and then add your Google Analytics ID, and then save. You can see the example of the settings on this slide image here. You will want to create a subdomain for each Dutchie menu that you have, so that you can actually track the Google Analytics per channel, okay? You will have to ask your account manager at Dutchie to set this up for you. Once the subdomain is set up, visit the settings in Google Analytics and enable e-commerce tracking. Once you have everything set up, be sure to place some test orders on the Dutchie menu and confirm that the sales data is tracking Google Analytics. If you don't know what Google Analytics is, just know that it's a free tool that allows you to track different website metrics, and it's crucial for really determining the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. And because we've worked with hundreds of dispensaries, we've noticed that many people don't set up Google Analytics properly. Because this is a key part of being able to measure your progress, it is vital that you have this set up right. Otherwise, you will think you're tracking your progress, but you won't get measurable and actionable results. Reach out to your Foottraffik account manager and get that set up if you have any challenges. Once you have Dutchie and Google Analytics integration set up, you will want to make sure that you are tracking the right data. The slide image is an example of what your data will look like when tracking the success of your marketing channels. You have full transparency into every visitor and transaction that is placed on your website. Beautiful, okay? Where did the website visitors come from? Was it organic search, direct, referral, paid search, email, or social media? What products did they view? Did they look at flower or vapes? What products did they buy? You see all of this data in Google Analytics. Some of the most important data points to track relating to sales and marketing includes users, new users, sessions, users in session for each marketing channel, e-commerce conversion rate, transactions, average transaction value, revenue, and then finally revenue for each marketing channel. Now, why is this important? Revenue attribution. Earlier, I mentioned that tracking the results for marketing campaigns, and that actually has a specific name. It's revenue attribution. At its most basic, revenue attribution, it's all about drawing a line from your marketing to your sales to see which channels are the most effective for your dispensary. You can certainly guess what's bringing in customers, but it's not as helpful as actually tracking and measuring your different marketing campaigns. Once you're able to track, you can then increase, right, or think about how you want to attribute the sales. there are different revenue attribution models, and you will need to consider which one will give you the best information. So the difference between these models has to do with customers interacting with your marketing, okay? Most customers are going to come across different marketing campaigns from your dispensary, but they don't always find it compelling enough to actually execute on an order, in other words, to buy from you. So for example, a customer may see a Geo ad for your campaign when they're clicking through their ESPN, right, app, and click on it without making a purchase. The next day, they decide to go to Google your dispensary and they complete a purchase. You can choose to attribute the sale to the first touch, which was the Geo ad that educated the customer in the first place, or the last touch, which was the SEO work done to get your dispensary to rank in Google. There are also revenue attribution models that give different weights to these various campaigns your customers interact with before making a purchase. To keep things simple, we're fans of measuring the effect of the last touch. Essentially, these are the campaigns that help push customers over the finish line. So if a customer saw Google Ads for your dispensary, then did a search, and then ultimately made a purchase after seeing a Geo ad in their favorite app, then we would count the Geo ad as the impetus for the sale. In addition to what dutchie and Google Analytics are tracking, you will also need to track the cost of your different marketing initiatives. When you have this data and you compare it to the sales per channel, you can then determine the ROI on your marketing. So let's talk about ROI. It's really simple to calculate ROI for each one of your marketing campaigns. First, gather all of your marketing expenses for each channel. Next, look at the revenue data in Google Analytics for each of the marketing channels that you want to measure. Subtract the investment from the channel and then divide the total by the investment. Here's an example from one of the campaigns that we have run. Our client invested $9,000 into SEO for Q2. The revenue they received from the channel in Q2 was $450,000. When you subtract the investment from the revenue and divide that by the investment, we get an ROI, which in this case is $49 for every dollar that was spent in SEO. I don't know about you, but when I see these numbers, I say step on the accelerator because it's definitely returning a lot of return on investment here. So here's another example in a case study that shows the results from a Google Ads campaign over a 30 days period. Over 30 days, we generated 238 conversions. In other words, individuals that actually purchased $34,725 in revenue based on the $1,168 invested. This is a return on investment of $29 for every dollar spent. Okay, so we know now that if you were to compare, these were the same customer, right? And if you were to compare these two different strategies, you know that the SEO strategy is returning more on every dollar spent than Google Ads. However, they both have their place when it comes to acquiring new customer. To help you get started, we're actually offering a free 30-day trial of Google Ads campaign if you sign up by July 31st. We'll share more information about this offer later in the presentation as well. We think that revenue attribution is crucial for creating strategies that deliver. It may not seem like it, but we are in a recession, and yes, the future remains unclear. Will states close back up, right? Will they issue another shelter in place? We're not sure, but by enabling revenue attribution right now, you can give your dispensary the best chance to weather the storm. You will be able to clearly show which channels are leading to the most sales and then allocate your budget using that data. In other words, stretch your budget to the max. At Foottraffik, we feel this is invaluable, and it really aligns with one of our core values, which is transparency. We know that digital marketing can be confusing, but when you implement revenue attribution and tie it to your dutchie menu, you can start seeing measurable results and make informed choices about your marketing strategy. As we've been helping our clients get set up with revenue attribution and explaining the results, we've noticed that certain channels have extraordinary results. These returns do vary depending on the market because we work with different dispensaries across the entire US and Canada markets. Our clients face varying regulations and markets, and the channels that may work well for one won't necessarily translate into success in another. That's another reason why measuring revenue attribution is so important. It gives you insight into your dispensary. And not only one dispensary, but if you have multiple, which dispensary are returning better returns on different strategies. You don't have to take another dispensary's results as fact. You can measure what's happening at the different locations and make decisions based on each individual location data. With that said, let's dive into the services that we've measured as the most effective for dispensaries who use dutchie. First and foremost, SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is the practice of increasing the quality and the quantity of traffic to your website through organic search results. This is unpaid traffic that comes from Google. It's very valuable. When customers want to find a dispensary near them, they turn to search, and Google in particular. If you want to show up in those search results, then it's crucial that you have a robust SEO strategy and a team that can actually implement it for you. Otherwise, searches will go right to your competition. Search engine optimization shows that your page is of relevance for the particular keyword that customer is searching for. In our business, that may be Boulder Dispensary, Detroit Provisioning Center, or San Francisco Marijuana Delivery. When you have a good SEO strategy, two things will happen. One, you will show up higher in the search results, and two, you will get more organic traffic. When you rank better in Google, it helps you create brand trust and authority. It shows searchers that your site is relevant and that it may be of use to them, right? And also, ranking higher means that you will automatically equate to more quality traffic directly from Google. In fact, the top 3 results of a search tend to get 75% of all of the organic traffic. I'm going to repeat that because that's very important. 75% of all of the traffic from a Google search goes to the top 3 results. The lower you are on the search result, the less traffic you will get. Okay? Organic traffic is one of the most dependable sources of traffic and revenue for many businesses out there. That's because it's not just any web traffic. Thanks to optimization, it will be relevant, high-quality traffic. These are people who are already looking for you. They're already interested in what you actually have to sell. For our SEO clients, we see an incredible ROI, as I showed to you earlier in a previous slide. In fact, for many of them, it is the best performing marketing channel, which equates to nearly 70% of all of their e-commerce revenue, with returns as high as $93 for every dollar spent. Google Ads is pay-per-click advertisement hosted on the world's most popular search engine. When executed correctly, you can get your dispensary ads above all other search results. Now, 93% of internet searches in North America are done on Google, making this a very valuable tool for your dispensary. It's the most used search tool in the world and the one that is most popular amongst your customers as well. If you have your ads set up correctly, you can start appealing to the potential customers you need to, who are already looking for a dispensary near them, and send them directly to your menu. Part of the reason that Google Ads is such a high ROI tool is that you're advertising to people who are already interested in your service. You're not putting up a billboard and hoping that someone who's interested in your product will just happen to be driving by. Google Ads is targeted advertising that is meant to reach individuals who are predisposed to want to buy from you. When executed properly, these ads can quickly increase your web traffic and help you drive sales. Our customers have made an average of a $48 return on every dollar spent on Google Ads. That's 4,800% ROI, to give you some perspective. Foottraffik is the leader in Google Ads management for dispensaries across North America, and we actually manage over $1 million annually in Google Ads spend. Let's transition to Geo Ads. Geo advertising is the use of display ads on mobile devices within a certain geographical area. Geo ads allow you to connect with new customers right where they are, which the record increase in internet traffic because of COVID, online display ads can help you keep deals front and center. We have a network of compliant cannabis-friendly sites and apps that allows us to share your display ads and drive sales. You can use Geo Ads to advertise directly to people within your delivery area or near your dispensary. And we can create the ads for you in a way that it's compliant within your state or province. For example, display ads in California must display a dispensary's license number. Plus, you will always have the opportunity to review the ads before they go live as well. So we work in collaboration with you. Online display ads help keep your dispensary front and center with your customers. And once they enter one of the perimeters you've created for your ads, they will see your ads. And if they use one of the mobile sites and apps within the network. Again, one of the biggest problems facing dispensaries is the lack of compliant ways to advertise. And our Geo Ads service not only addresses this concern, but we make the whole process fluid for you. You can also use promo codes through Dutchie to boost and track the effectiveness of campaigns. For example, if you want to create a mailer, which is yet another service that we provide, you can include a promo code and then track how often it is used. Promo codes can also be valuable as a way to A/B test different messages. For example, you can insert a promo code into a different text message to see which one is the most effective at converting into sales. Specials are also another way to track customers' interest. You can create a special. It can be a one-time special or even a recurring special. You can then email this to your customers within Dutchie and track the number of times people clicked on your special link. This helps you fine-tune your offerings so that you can create better deals that your customers want to take advantage of. If you are tracking your marketing effectiveness, what are you waiting for? When you have this information, you can practically print money. You will be able to invest in the most effective marketing methods for your store. Take the guesswork out of your marketing and start relying on proof. And when you combine Foottraffik's marketing services with your Dutchie menu, you will know exactly what's going on with your marketing efforts. No more wasted budgets, but excellent digital marketing strategy, which drives qualified leads to your menu. That's what we're working towards. We're offering a 30-day free trial for all Google Ads campaigns. If you sign up by July 31st, as I mentioned, and Foottraffik is the leader of Google Ads management for dispensaries in North America, and we manage north of $1 million annually. So this is a tried and tested way for you to actually take advantage today. So let me go ahead and turn over to our attendees here for questions. 3 questions already came in, so we'll start there. But once again, feel free to use our Q&A function here for any questions relating to the material that you heard here today. Can you set up revenue attribution for us? Great question, and the answer is yes. We do this as part of the service for every single one of our clients. It is actually one of our first steps as soon as we onboard a customer is setting up revenue attribution. Why? Because as you heard here today, it is the most valuable way to measure success. It is also part of our core principles of transparency, and we operate not only as a digital marketing agency, but a marketing analytics agency, meaning we work with data, and we work with solid amounts of data so that we can make educated business decisions on your behalf and educate you in the process. See more questions here. Do you manage any Google Ads for dispensaries that sell THC? Absolutely. This is actually our expertise. This is what we focus on primarily. Although we did get our start in the medicinal side early on, that tested very, very positively as well in the THC market. So we've been doing THC advertising now for 5 years successfully, Google Ads. And not one campaign shut down, not one customer blacklisted. And this is one of our core principles here, is making sure that we are operating within compliance. Another question here relating to the Colorado market utilizing Google Ads successfully despite compliance barriers. Once again, Google Ads, maybe I should just clarify. Google, as an organization, does business with a lot of international markets, right? And so they cannot promote that they do business with illegal industries. However, they're not necessarily just blocking people that are doing advertisement. And because we have 2 Google Ads certified individuals on our staff that runs our Google Ads campaigns and monitors every single one of them, we also ensure that every single one of the ads are compliant. Right? And we've been doing this for 5 years, once again, compliantly, not getting any of our clients shut down. I hope that that addresses that question. How many dispensaries do you currently work with that use dutchie? That is a great question. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact number, but it is in definitely closing in on the 100 mark, at least. Of dispensaries out there, probably over 100 if you were to consider brick and mortar sites that are leveraging dutchie. So absolutely one of our core focuses, because it allows for the tracking, right? Wonderful questions, everybody. Once again, if you have any additional questions, we're going to put a link here in our chat window so you can actually get back in touch with us. Schedule a call, get started. If you want to take advantage of a free trial of Google Ads, once again, no obligation here. Just get started and see if it works well for you and your market. We're happy to do so. And that's it. Thank you once again for taking the time out of your day. And once again, if you want to get in touch with us, we're happy to speak to you on a one-on-one level, do a proper consultation. But revenue attribution is very important, and I would just highlight that, especially now during this trying time, it's going to be of utmost importance, right? Because you want to make sure that your marketing dollars are stretched to its max and generating the most possible revenue possible. So once again, my name is Eduardo Silva, VP of Sales here within Foottraffik. Thank you once again for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we look forward to the opportunity to speak with you soon.